Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, yeah,
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cutting It Up with Mrs. B. Thank you all for joining me. I pray you are all doing well and that blessings are pouring your way. So, your girl is ready to just get right into it today. All right. I did want to talk about first off, mom life. Great, excellent. These kids are putting me through there. Actually, I'm only having to deal with one of my children right now, the little baby girl. And we've been going to the parks, having fun at the parks and stuff, and also swimming. And let me tell y'all, this little girl is just so much more confident this year with her swimming. Like, she's just trying to jump right into the pool, getting her little feet wet, her head is getting wet, and she don't even like water in her eyes, but she's getting her head wet and everything. Like, she's trying to swim forward, she's trying to do the floating, like whatever she sees us doing, she's trying to do it. And I'm here for it, y'all. I am so happy that she is loving being in the water like this. Like, it's a total turnaround from how she usually is. She's usually a lot more timid. So, I mean, kudos to baby girl. All right, all right. So, I did want to jump in to giving some birthday shout outs that I forgot on my last episode and also adding some new ones in. So for June, I miss my little niece, Audrielle's birthday, niece slash cousin, because me and her mom are besties slash sisters. So that's my niece, but then she's our cousin because me and my best friend's husbands are cousins, so our babies are cousins, so that's really cool. But anyway, um, happy birthday, Audrielle. She is such a sweet little girl, and she is the life of the party at a young age. Like, she could have been my daughter because, honey, she be popping, and she loved to dress like a princess every day, just too cute. And then for July birthdays, starting off July, I want to say a happy birthday to my dad. Dad, happy, I think it's his 62nd birthday this year. Happy 62nd birthday. Hope you enjoyed your day. Much love. And then to my Uncle Marvin, he was on the 4th of July. Happy birthday to you. He is actually my uncle in law. And even though him and my aunt are no longer married, he will forever be my uncle. Like, he literally raised us. And we all love and appreciate him. And everybody still embraces him, no matter what, because he is that guy. So happy birthday. We hope you enjoy your day. And then lastly, happy birthday to my cousin Candace. She is my big cousin. She's my second cousin. She's my mom's first cousin. And let me tell you, honey, this is such a diva. She be working out in the gym with her boo, and they be riding motorcycles. Like, definitely goals, okay? Definitely goals. And then I also wanted to talk about some of the shows that I'm watching. Um, so first off, on social media, I love watching Kendra G singles. Like, oh my gosh, it is so entertaining. I don't know if y'all have ever seen Kendra G singles, but that is a really entertaining show that she has. And what she does is she goes live on all social media platforms. And then she also goes live on her on dating app, but I don't have the dating app, so I don't get to see those. But on YouTube, she puts up all her videos. And so, y'all, it is such entertainment to watch them. I just be like, people are so crazy. Like, you just don't really know how crazy a person's life really is until they start talking. And you just be like, where these people come from, Kendra? You just be finding everybody everywhere, just got the craziest stories, craziest lies. Like, I don't know, but it's very entertaining. And then recently, I've also discovered Ashley Dalton. She is like a life coach, and she's really awesome. I love watching her episodes on YouTube. She goes live, I believe, only on TikTok and YouTube. And she has a segment where she allows the girls and guys to come on and talk about basically what issues they're having problems with in their life. So it can not only be dating, it could be anything. And she would just basically give advice to you. She teaches the girls how to do their makeup, how to come out the house looking presentable, what clothes to wear, and basically what you need to do to attract the kind of man that you want. Because a lot of times women have these inflated ideas of the type of person they want to date, but they don't match the aesthetic of what that person may want. So, and that's a little bit of what Kendra G tells people too, because everybody on Kendra G wants somebody to make $100,000, and I mean, who don't? But yeah, Ashley kind of coaches you through, being able to achieve whatever goals you desire. She also offers paid coaching. So, shout out to Ashley Dalton and Kendra G. These ladies are greats in what they do. And also, y'all, I be watching these YouTube interrogations. They are so like, they really are crazy, and they're hours long, sometimes 2 hours. And so I have to watch them in segments because I'm not sitting there watching this no whole 2 hour long video on nobody's interrogation. But they are just so interesting how these people will sit in a interrogation room and spill their guts and not even really understanding that they're not going to be helped by confessing all of this stuff without a deal. Like, y'all, if y'all get in any trouble, don't say nothing to these detectives. Ask for a lawyer immediately, because the only thing they're doing is going to get you to confess. They're getting information on you to make you guilty for whatever the crime is, and they're looking for you to confess. Ask for a lawyer, sit in jail and wait on your lawyer. There is no way that they're going to let you go home, because they want you to tell them what's going on in order to trick you into saying that they're gonna let you go home, but they ain't letting you go home, honey. They just trick people all the time. It's just so amazing how people, and I guess you can't be no trained criminal, but y'all stop talking to these detectives and police. Okay, they're not helping y'all. And also, I love watching these body cam videos on YouTube as well. It's like that's a little bit of an invasion of privacy, I think, but whatever. I mean, somehow this YouTuber is able to get body cam videos, and they literally play the full video of when the officer comes to a scene to and what happens and how it's dealt with and if there's follow-ups. It's like crazy. Like, if you ever need a reminder that your life is normal and that you're okay and that you're not losing it, just tune in to these YouTube interrogations and these body cam videos. The body cam videos, it's like an Atlanta crime show. I just I just thank God that I have a normal, regular, some would say boring, but I'm okay with that because Lord, these people just be doing the most. Also, I found this new amazing show. Called Reacher, and it's on Amazon Prime. I was just looking for something new to watch, and I'm always finding some good shows to watch. I'm not even gonna hold you. There's this other show that I'm watching on Netflix as well. I cannot think of the name of it. I would have to turn on my TV and all of that. But yeah, so the shows I'm watching right now is Reacher on Amazon Prime. It's like an action movie, or not action movie, action show, where this guy who is ex-military comes into this like hick town in Georgia and just starts discovering, all these things that are going on. And I'm not going to tell too much of what's going on, but someone personal, near and dear to him, has also been to that town. And that's how he ended up, venturing there. But it is one of those shows that will have your attention. Like, you're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? I need to keep watching." And that's kinda how I am now. I be up late every night with my hubby watching this show, Reacher, Reacher on Amazon Prime. And then Imma look up this Netflix show because I started watching this show because of the actor in the show. He is such a funny, gay actor, and I love him dearly. He is so entertaining, and so I started watching this show just because I saw him in the preview, and I was like, "Oh, I know this gonna be good," because the last show I saw him in, honey, it was so funny. Okay, so the show is called Big Mistakes. And it is like a drama comedy show on Netflix. Make sure y'all check out Reacher and Big Mistakes. Like, your girl is not going to steer you wrong. These are two good shows. And also, if you haven't watched The Polygamist, make sure you tune in. I know it's a little shaky at the beginning because the voices don't line up with the mouths. I don't know why they do that. and it's a little different because they are not American actors. And sometimes I don't really like watching movies from other countries because of the matchup of the voice and the mouth. But when I tell y'all The Polygamist is bomb 10 out of 10, you got to check it out. All right. So that is enough about me and my week. I hope y'all had a wonderful week as well. Oh, also, y'all, your girl is slipping up really bad. Today is Saturday, and I'm just now recording my episode. And my episodes are supposed to come out every Thursday, but I've just been so tired and overwhelmed because I've been working overtime since June. And they predicted that we will be working overtime for all of June and all of July. Hopefully, July is the last month because I'm tired. I talk for a living, basically customer service, call center. And then I have to find the energy to come on my podcast and talk. And it is very draining. So it's been really hard for me to keep up and do what I'm supposed to do. But I have to make a promise to myself that this is the last, and I mean the last week that I am putting out my episode late. I'm going to get on it. I try to make myself a schedule. It's like, oh, Wednesday nights, I'm going to do my podcast. That way it'll be ready because I like it to be ready already. Now, I also said I was going to do it on Sundays because that's my off day. And so I can get it done and have it waiting in the tuck and then have it set to release on Thursday morning for me, but I have not done it in such a long time. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to figure it out. But my goal is to get back on task with my podcast episodes releasing Thursday morning, not Thursday night at 11:59 p.m. like I've done sometimes too. I need it to be released before 12 p.m. on Thursday. So that's my goal. I got to figure it out, pull it together, get it together. Whatever I got to do, I got to make it work. Anyway, enough of me rambling on about my shortcomings. Okay, so one more thing, because I love transparency here and I love honesty and I'm holding myself accountable. Y'all, I said that July 1st I was going to start back on this 10K a day challenge, and I have failed miserably because it's been hot as heck outside. Like, it's been so hot, like, even in the morning, it's too hot. And then when it gets to the nighttime, it's a little better, but it's just been too hot. So I don't really know. I am starting another diet. I'm just all over the place. Like, I really need some consistency, and I just need to get my life together. And the first step is going to be getting me together. Really, I just need to get me together. I need to get a routine schedule that I stick to and that I don't deter from. And so I'm working on being a better me and getting myself on a routine and schedule so that everything else in my life will be routine and scheduled and I won't have any chaos unless there happens to be some thrown in from here and there, which you can't help that happening from here or there, but that is something that I am working towards. Oh, and look, I just keep on remembering things. Another thing is, last year I was a part of a book club, and it's a Christian book club, basically, where we read books that are inspiring and help you grow your faith closer to God. And so we kind of fell off last year. I think in August, we fell off with our last book, I Surrender All. And I can't remember the author, but we have officially scheduled another day on July 19th. We're going to have our next book club meeting. I'm so excited. I have to brush up on this book. I'm really just going to read it over so I can know exactly what I want to talk about. But yeah, it's so fun getting together with these ladies for this book club. Such a positive group of ladies. So I am excited and looking forward to, getting back into the book club. But all right. Enough about me. I'm just rambling and rambling, but I wanted to make sure I talked about everything and, transparency and all of that. But yes, on to some of the juicy topics. I know y'all can't wait to hear about these celebrity news and gossip. Okay. So, first thing we are going to discuss today is, let me see. I have to have my screen side by side because I need to see when my recording stopped. All right. So, the Chris Brown lawsuit. So, Chris Brown had a woman who worked for him, and I don't remember exactly what capacity, that was bitten by his dog. And so this is the outcome of that. So Chris Brown is ordered to pay 13 million in damages to his former housekeeper. And she was brutally mauled by a 200-pound Caucasian shepherd. I didn't know they had Caucasian shepherds. What? And this happened in 2020. And she suffered injuries to her face and arm, and she had to get skin grafts and all kind of things like that. And so they awarded her 12.9 million. Her sister got 885,000 for her emotional distress because she also worked for Chris Brown. And then Maria's husband was awarded $50,000 because of his emotional distress, as well as dealing with, caring for his wife and taking care of her and all of that. And basically, yeah, Chris Brown, I don't know. I don't know why people like having these vicious dogs, but prayers up to the victim and her family that are suffering through this. I hate that this happened to Chris Brown, but I mean, he on tour right now, so clearly he got it. It ain't gonna be nothing but a drop in a bucket for him. Um, but speaking of Chris Brown, y'all, Chris Brown and Usher are on their North America tour. You know what I'm saying? Like they tearing it down. And let me see. I did see that their tour was sold out and they had to add some more dates and everything. So far, everything is going good. Chris Brown did have to warn the ladies that if you're married or got a boyfriend or engaged and they brought you to the show, don't bring your ass up on that stage. Like, what are y'all thinking? Y'all are so disrespectful. Like, because he said he ain't about to be fighting nobody and doing no more jail time. He ain't got time for that. So if you know that you with your boo, male or female, whoever you with, don't be coming up on that stage causing no issues. Um, so Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce had a $30 million wedding. And congrats to the newlyweds. I'm happy for them. I did hear though, there was some guy that was going through the trash and selling trash from their wedding, and somebody was selling a bag of air from their wedding. What the y'all? What's wrong with people? Like, what is really, really wrong with people? Like, but they had a star-studded wedding though. There was a lot of people at their wedding. All the stars were there, honey. And then not just the white stars, the black stars too. Like everybody that was a who's who was at her wedding. Like they had over 1,000 guests there, and let me see. They got married at Madison Square Garden. I was trying to see who all was there, but yeah, it was a lot of celebrities there. Congrats to the married couple. All right. Next, y'all, I'm going to talk about the 2026 Essence Festival that took place in New Orleans over the 4th of July weekend. It was from July 3rd to the 5th. And the event theme was Ladies First. And Cardi B, Kehlani, Lotto, Brandy and Monica, and Patti LaBelle were some of the people who performed. There was over 100,000 people who attended, and they brought in around 300 million, which is very amazing. But I heard that it was very good. There's been some, issues with Essence Fest before, some things not working out as well. But I heard this one was really, really good. And you know what? I need to be in the place. Like next time when they have one in Atlanta, I definitely need to make sure that I am in the building because I be missing all these cultural events and I need to get my butt together and start being a part of, greatness. And also, apparently, there was some like shade thrown to Tamar from Candy and Monica. They were all lining up for photos. I think at the Essence Fest, and so Tamar came up and she was kind of slighted by Monica and Candy. They kind of like both made a face that like, "Why you here? Ain't nobody asked you to be here." Okay, and they kind of like stiff armed her from breaking their handhold to be a part of the picture. So I'm really curious as to what's going on with Brandy, Monica, and oh, why did I put Brandy in there? Brandy ain't got nothing to do with this. With Candy, Monica, and Tamar. Like, Tamar, what you done did, honey? Because I know she can be a bit much sometimes. So I'm very curious as to find out what's going on with that. And then Gabrielle Union and Wade, Dwayne Wade have divorce rumors. I hope that's not true, but I did see that on social media the other day. And you know, they've been very prominent, and we've all watched their live online with their children and everything. So I hope that's not the case, but things do happen sometimes. And then the Jay-Z is gonna have 3 shows at Yankee Stadium, and they're celebrating the anniversary of his albums. And I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not that much of a Jay-Z fan that I know anything about um all of his music and what's what and who's who. And I'm born in the 80s, but I don't know. Um but I did hear that Beyonce cut Jay-Z's hair at the first performance. Nas came out. Um, Beyonce, of course, joins him on stage to cut his hair. So it was a whole vibe there. It was a whole vibe. That was really cool. I know I cannot wait to hear on the Breakfast Club them talking about how they loved the experience, because that's all Charlamagne and DJ Envy been talking about, is going to this Jay-Z concert. So I know they had a good time. They was talking about what the outfits was gonna look like and all the memorabilia they got and all of that. So, shouts out to them. And then that's it for my celebrity news. Next, we are going to go on to world news. So I just wanted to shed light on these 3 stories. So, recently, well, one of these is a little old. This was in May of 2023. A gas station owner shot and killed a 14-year-old black man or black child, Cyrus Carmack-Belton, in the back after wrongfully suspecting him of shoplifting water at his convenience store in South Carolina. And he followed him out of the store, and he stated that he thought the young man had a gun and that it was self-defense, but he chased him out of the store and shot him in the back. And regrettably, the South Carolina jury found him not guilty of murder. And rightfully so, many people have protested. There's been visuals, and I think it's just so disgusting that there can't be justice for us when we need it. He was running away. If you shoot anybody in the back, that is murder. You cannot call shooting someone in the back self-defense because they're retreating. So, I really didn't want to talk about this because these stories weigh heavily on me, but I do feel like it is my responsibility to just shed light to people who may not even know what's going on with this. But yeah, Cyrus Carmack-Belton, rest in peace. I'm sorry that your life was cut short at the age of 14 by an idiot store owner. And, once he's found not guilty, they can't even go back and try to recharge him again. So that's really sad that he's not going to get the justice that he deserves. And prayers up to him and his family. And then next up, I wanted to talk about Karmelo Anthony, and not the basketball player. This is a young man, age 19. He was convicted of murder and sentenced to 35 years in prison on June 9th of this year. And he had an all-white jury. And what happened is he was at a track meet, him and his team, and it started to rain. And in the midst of the rain, he got under one of the tents, and some of the white kids didn't like that he was under the tent, started a fight with him. And so he pulled out a knife in self-defense and just stabbed one of them. And then immediately, you know, was, remorseful for what happened, but he had a jury of all white people and they convicted him guilty. And so now they're trying to appeal this. I don't think he should get completely off because he did accidentally murder someone, but I would consider that as, either not first degree, maybe second degree, or even manslaughter, because he was defending himself. So probably manslaughter would be the best, but he needs to have some good lawyers in place to help him because he only stabbed the kid one time. He didn't repeatedly stab him, and also he was defending himself against kids that were trying to bully him. And people need to teach their kids to leave other people alone. Why are you trying to bother people? If they would have never tried to attack him, this would have never happened in the first place. So while my heart goes out to the family who lost their child, I'm also feeling bad for Karmelo Anthony because now we have this one kid who was shot and killed in his back, and there was no justice for him. But then now, because there's a white kid that's dead, now this black kid that is a honor roll student, never done anything, does not have a criminal record, is facing 35 years in prison. His whole life is gone. And I mean, two wrongs don't make a right, but we got to figure it out some kind of way to make this a fair and just situation. So I'm glad that there's a lot of people who have volunteered to step in and help Karmelo Anthony through this trial situation. And, thoughts and prayers to him and his family. Last sad story that I wanted to report on is Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells was a football player and he was hanging out with his friends. He was a young black man and I believe he just graduated high school, and he was, spending the summer with his friends who happened to be all white. He went on a trip with them out of town, and he's the only one that did not make it back. Now, one of the things I do hate about these situations is that they are sometimes made about race, but at the same time, you cannot help but make it about race, because if it been the opposite situation and there was a white kid that went on a vacation with all black kids and he was the only one that didn't make it out, I'm pretty sure all of those black kids would have been arrested by now because they would have automatically deemed that they were guilty. Instead, it's the other way around, and they're taking things slow and they're investigating to find out what happened. The stories aren't matching up. The boys say that he left to go see a girl. The girl that he was talking to said that he told her that he was going to get back on the boat and return with his friends. So there's a discrepancy in the story right there. All the kids have lawyered up. They've made their social media pages private. One of the kids' moms is a judge, so she has a lot of insight. She has probably lawyers in her pocket who's going to be able to help her. So they're going to need to get this case out of the state that it happened in and make sure that it's going to be a fair trial all the way around. But Nolan's possessions were kept by his friends. So if he was going to be somewhere with someone else, why would he have left his phone and keys behind? So that is a really big question. This story is still developing, so I will continue to follow it. I may not report on it every week, but I am going to continue to follow what happens with this Nolan Wells story. RIP to him, and prayers for his family through this difficult, tragic time. Like, I wouldn't wish these situations on no one. There's two young black men that lost their lives, and one of them is losing his life to the system. And y'all, I just want to pray for our babies out here. Like, pray over your babies every day. Make sure you guide them correctly. Know who their friends are. Know what they're doing. Be a helicopter mom. Be a helicopter dad. Who cares if they mad that you're not giving them the freedom that they want? It's best to know every step of the way that they're doing and who they're hanging around with and what their parents are like, than to just give your kids free reign to just do whatever and make whatever mistakes they have. We all have to learn in life, but some mistakes you cannot come back from. And so I'd rather be, careful than to be sorry. All right. So, sadly, that is going to wrap up everything for me this week. With chatting it up with Mrs. B. I want to thank you all for tuning in to yet another episode. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And remember, be smart, be kind, be beautiful, and be blessed. Until next time, bye, y'all.
Switch the mood. Fuck around. tryna make the news, and the party starts at 2. We hollering at the moon, yeah.